Skip it up and that up.
Team Deathmatch.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of Review Tech USA, and kitties are in space sitting on synthesizers. Okay, folks, two topics tonight. The first one, we're talking Wii U. Are you getting one? And the second one we'll be talking about is AMD and the future of AMD, because they're changing their whole business strategy. And I don't think it's a good thing for anybody as a consumer. So we all know that I thought the Nintendo E3 press conference this year was a disaster. They showed nothing for the hardcore gamer. They showed no upcoming projects from third-party developers. Their first-party games were meh. I mean, yeah, they had Mario games, but where was the Zelda? Where was the Metroid? Where was the Star Fox? What was I watching? It felt like a disaster. There are a couple things I will take back. One, I'm still interested in the Wii U. It may not be a day one purchase anymore, but I still have some faith in the system. I think if Nintendo does some damage control now and has some more conferences before the system's released, shows some games, has third-party developers show some games or talk about upcoming projects, it will pique people's interests, including mine. The second thing is that rumor video I put up last night. The guy from Ubisoft didn't say the GPU is 50% less powerful. He was saying that it was 1.5 times more powerful, or 50% more powerful than the GPUs inside the Xbox 360 and PS3. That's my mistake. But still, that's not good, and this rumor about the Wii U not being that much more powerful than the 360 and PS3 isn't going away, so I'm starting to believe it, because you know the saying about rumors, right? If a rumor is persistent and stays around, there has to be some truth to it. And developers keep on hinting that the Wii U isn't uber powerful, and with the fact that there wasn't third-party developers there backing up Nintendo at their E3 conference, definitely concerns me. And I don't want to hear from people, oh Rich, they're going to have other conferences later on and they're going to tweet things and give you updates, and there's going to be rumors on all the different tech websites. The biggest event of the year, E3, where investors, consumers, and journalists all have their eyes on the big three. That is where Nintendo should have shown everything that they had. They should have put all the big guns into that hour and a half, okay? Don't tell me that they have all these major super hidden surprises that they're gonna tweet out on their Twitter account. Come on, man. If they had all this juicy stuff to talk about, it should have been during E3. So what that tells me is the third-party support Nintendo said that they had may not actually be there. And it could be because the system isn't as powerful as people first thought it was. So what could be happening is this. I know that developers have the PS4 and next Xbox dev kits. And even though I don't think the next-gen PS4 and next-gen Xbox are going to be gigantic leaps, they still could be a substantial step above the Wii U. And if developers are developing games for those two consoles, the PS4 and Xbox 720, let's call it, they may be like, we can't put this game on the Wii U. It doesn't have the power. It can't handle tessellation as well. It can't do this. It can't do that. So all those third-party developers who were like, yeah, we're all about the Wii U, may not really be there. They may not be supporting the system as much as Nintendo wanted to lead on. The other thing that was funny to me is that Nintendo fanboys were defending Nintendo, saying, oh, what do you want them to show, games that are 4 years down the road? Do you want them to go and show every game that'll come out for the Wii U? I'm like, no, how about just 6 months to a year from now? How about BioShock Infinite? How about Call of Duty? How about maybe Skyrim being ported over? I didn't want to see games for like 2 or 3 years down the road. I just wanted to see that third-party developers were into this system, because it would make me more comfortable investing in Nintendo again. If I knew and was guaranteed that I'm going to get awesome first-party titles and amazing third-party titles on the Wii U, I would be sold. But this press conference did not assure me of that, and it makes me nervous giving Nintendo my money. So now I want to hear what you guys think. Are you going to get a Nintendo Wii U day one at launch? Or did the Nintendo E3 2012 press conference scare you off as well? I'm not saying it's out of the question for me. If Nintendo proves themselves to me before the Wii U launches, I may still pick it up day one. But right now, I'm skeptical. I have to admit it. Now on to the next topic. The days of AMD versus Intel are all but done. AMD is quote-unquote changing their business direction, meaning they're not going to make powerful desktop CPUs anymore, or they're not going to focus on them anymore. I know they're talking about Piledriver. I know they're going to release Piledriver. Last time I heard they are. But performance desktop CPUs are not going to be their focus anymore. They're not going to really even make them at all. Now, if you're checking the description right now, I don't have an article down there. There is a bunch of articles on the web about AMD's future plans, but it's all a bunch of jarbled, conflicting information. I couldn't get something solid, so I decided just to discuss it and just still consider it a pretty substantial rumor. You understand what I'm saying? Look, you could hate AMD, all right? FX/Bulldozer is garbage. It gets terrible reviews pretty much across the board. But whether or not you hate AMD, for Intel to have no competition in the desktop processor market is a disaster. I know people love to say, oh, I wish Sony would go under, I wish Microsoft would go under, I wish AMD would go under, I wish Intel would go under. You don't want that. Because what happens is, it's the competition that drives prices down. When companies compete with each other, that means they have to have better prices than their competition. They have to be competitive. They have to give you a better product for the dollar. If there's no competition, they could do whatever the hell they want to. Intel, in theory now, when it comes to desktop processors, if this rumor, which it seems like it's true, becomes 100% factual and is true, that AMD is no longer making desktop CPUs, they could charge whatever they want to now. They could charge you whatever they want to, in theory, for desktop processors. It also means they're going to get sloppy and lazy, so whenever they come out with new generations of processors, they could shovel out whatever crap they want to now. So we may not see big leaps from Intel like we're used to, because they have no competition. They have nothing to worry about. If you want a desktop PC, you're going to have an Intel processor in it. This is going to be disastrous if it's true. Unfortunately, all signs are leading to the fact that it probably is true. This is going to be a nightmare for PC gamers. It's going to be a nightmare for anyone who just builds PCs. Prices are going to inflate on entry-level PC rigs all the way up to top-of-the-line gaming rigs. And it's going to make what was once an affordable hobby possibly become very unattainable for many people, depending on how much Intel wants to inflate prices. I really, really hope this doesn't happen, but from what I'm reading, it seems like it is, so be prepared to pay a lot more for processors in the future. I really wish you handled your business better, AMD, because you not being a competitor is going to hurt everybody. So what's your take on AMD leaving the desktop CPU market? Do you think it's going to have a devastating effect on prices? Or do you think that Intel will still keep prices reasonable? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link on either G2P or YouTube. And if I use your article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature a link to your channel in the description.